Welcome to Rick's Corner, brought to you by Old School Labs, the brand I trust and the only one I put my name to. Use my code drasin12 on the link below.
Welcome to Rick's Corner. The man, the myth, the legend. Now on with the show.
And we're live on location in the rain. That's why I'm wearing my hat to cover my beautiful head up. But we're going to do some back workout. Show you guys what Robbie does for back. You guys can follow in and learn from him and use it in your own workouts to get the massive back development that Robbie has. Right, Robbie? Right. You're going to show him what it's all about, right?
Tell me about it.
Okay, buddy. Let's start with whatever you want to start with.
You know, I always think that one of the big movements in the back development starts with the barbell roll.
Okay.
I think barbell rolls is one of the biggest back builders out of all of them. I'm a big fan of the T-roll bar, chin, one-arm roll plays a role, pullovers, but I definitely think it's the barbell roll.
The barbell roll is probably the most basic exercise ever used in building the back from day one.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have fancy machines back then.
No.
The thing with the barbell roll, for me, it affects the lower back too. I mean, you got to be careful how you do it.
Yeah. I think, again, it's always body position, and if the body position is not right, then you're definitely not going to get the results. Anytime you're working the back, the role that plays the biggest role is actually the hands or hooks.
Yeah.
And you try to get a medium to wide grip on the bar, and you try to pull with your elbows. That's what actually activates the muscles to be developed in the back.
Yeah. If you're using your wrists and your hands, you're not doing the job.
You're not doing the job.
Okay.
You can't be pulling with your hands. If you're pulling with your hands, the hand's going to give out. But if you're pulling with your elbows, using the hands as hooks, then you'll get your reps set.
Gotcha. I totally agree with that. You going to show us?
So I'm going to start at 110 pounds. We'll definitely activate and get those muscles working.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
Before I do that, I always like to get a warm-up. So I'm going to use the easy curl bar and do a warm-up, 70 pounds. So what you're trying to do really is lower yourself into that position. Your feet should be glued into the floor on the balls of your feet in your hand. This is the position you basically want to be in, that position, okay? And what you're doing from this position with the hands being hooked is pull with your elbows and squeeze. Keep your head up. If you drop your head down, then you're not going to get that upper back thickness and overall muscularity. When you lower it, you want to kind of resist and let the weight pull you down, but sit back on your heels and do the movement. Pull, let the weight stretch you down, keep the head up, and contract the muscle. On every rep, contract, lower, contract, lower, contract. I've tried to do probably about 12 to 15 reps to get the muscle activated and warm. I probably rest about a minute and 50 seconds, and then I go to my next heavy set. I'll probably use, as I said, probably 100 pounds. And in that 100 pound set, I'm going to probably get about 6 to 8 reps. Because I'm already warm. I want to be a size.
You graduate the weight each rep?
Each rep.
And you lower the reps each set?
I lower the reps each set.
Do you go back afterwards and do a pump set at the end? And
if I'm getting close to an even, if I'm going to go do a show, then I would go and do something like pull down behind the neck or pull down to the front, alternating. Because that's going to create that overall shape of muscularity in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the next heavy set, which is probably I'm going to go 110 pounds. I'm going to do the 110 pounds.
Let's see the 110.
Again, as the weight gets heavier, you always still want to really think about what you're doing. You want to make sure the feet are even, you're on your heels, you're sitting back on your heels when you're lowering that weight. You got an upper back arch. As that weight is being lowered to that position, you sit back on the heels and you pull with your elbows.
There you go.
2, there's 3 of them. Keep the head up. 4, 5, 6 of them. 7, 8.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Right. You want to keep put that tension on the muscle.
Right.
It's very important.
You can see it where you got grips on those gloves, right? Rubber grips?
Yes, rubber grips on.
That's great. I love that. Do you find a difference between the easy curl bar and the straight bar as far as your form?
I like both. I like kind of fluctuating between them because it's got a different kind of grip.
Okay.
And the medium, you're talking about a close grip here.
Right.
And here I can use both. So I kind of go back and forth through the 4 sets.
Yeah. So they both get the job done.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we do?
It's very important to do find exercises that get the job done. Because if you're not doing that, then you're not going to get.
You're not going to get the job done. Obviously, you got to do it the right way and get the right exercise.
Exactly.
What do you do after this?
We'll do long pulley row. You're pulling into it and contracting the muscles, keeping the chest up. You're going to look better in the side chest shot,
right?
Because that's what it does. It's all upper back arch,
and it's
you
all
can't
strict.
build a back like that. No. You got to keep yourself in the upper back arch position to build a good.
You know, I see so many people that do this exercise. They rock, they go back and they swing, and you're not working the muscles.
It's not going to happen.
No.
You're just like really wasting your time.
Okay.
I think again, if I'm going to grip, I try to sit down on the pad. Again, you're talking about positioning. I see a lot of people up here doing this. I don't see anything out of that.
Right.
I think that should be a position where the body's in the upper back arch. The weight should be lower to you. You're pulling with your elbow. That should be slightly bent. So when you're leaning forward, that's where you should be. The lats are under your arm. It's not in your back.
Right.
So if you're in this position with your head lowered, when you pull, you want to activate the chest. Keep the chest up. Keeping the chest up is going to make the back look wider, contracting and holding that muscle there. When you're lowering the weight forward, the elbows are slightly bent. You're pushing against the pad, you lower your head. Boom, you get your rhythm. See, that's what it is. It's rhythm, rhythm, lifting the chest up, rhythm, rhythm, squeeze, squeeze, and stretch.
You see it working.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's what happened. You're trying to get the rhythm. You can't do an exercise. Say you're doing curl. You can't build arms like this. You're not going to build it.
Right.
This build arms, rotating. That build arms.
Same with the back. Saying you can't swing. You got to be controlled, and you've got to be strict.
Exactly.
Let the lat do all the pulling, not the arm. The arm just a lever, just a lever.
Exactly.
Okay.
Chin. I mean, if you want taper,
right?
I think tie-ins in developing the overall body structure, nothing beat chins. My favorite is pull down behind the neck, pull down to the front.
Okay. Right, so you normally finish with this exercise, right?
I normally finish with this.
Yeah, I love that.
Because I figure you've completed all the stretching movement.
Okay.
You've done all the contracting movement, which actually build the upper back.
Okay.
And you want to end with something that will thicken that overall shape.
Okay.
Give you that kind of hardness. That's exactly what I'm going for.
Doesn't this actually also work the hamstrings?
It works the hamstrings, it works the glutes, it works the trapezius. It's like squat.
It's an overall body. Oh, whole body. Yeah. Okay. And the form on it. Now, let's see that.
Oh, yeah.
How you do it.
One of my all-time favorite movements is a T-row bar. And at times I will replace the T-row bar with the deadlift. I think deadlift is probably one of the best back thickeners, trapezius builders.
And you don't have to go heavy.
You don't have to go heavy. Oh, no. Even though I go up to sometimes 500 just for the heaven of it, to see if I can do it. You got to test yourself. So I think it's basically a powerlifting movement, but I think it's also a bodybuilding movement. It definitely hits the cheeks, it hits the hamstrings, it hits the hip area.
I mean, I've gone as light as this weight right here for reps, and I get sore.
Oh yeah,
you don't
it
have
doesn't
to
take
go
it doesn't take a lot. And I'm more an advocate of the reverse grip. I think the reverse grip for me is the grip. So basically, I'm pushing into the floor. The knees are slightly bent. I want to get a pretty much medium to mid-medium grip where I'm inside the lift, here. So basically what I have to do is hold my head up and push with my feet. See?
Yeah.
What I see a lot of people do is they're here,
right?
And which actually is going to affect the lower back.
Exactly.
And this more than it actually fixes the overall shape of the back.
Yeah.
So if I'm under that bar, I'm in the position right now. If there's 600 pounds, I'm going to lift it because all I got to do really is press into the floor and hold on.
Okay.
And I keep doing that movement. One, that's basically what I try to do. Lower myself into it. Pause. Two.
It is like a squat.
Oh yeah. Pause. Keep it in that position. Three. Pause. Everything is a pause. Pushing. Four. Pause. You want to keep the upper back arch and the head up.
Right.
5. Pause.
The upper back arch is a big thing with you because you say that in every exercise.
The upper, see, you can't really. It's difficult if you're going to do a pressing movement.
Yeah.
If you're going to do the pressing movement like that, you're not going to have any pecs.
Right.
So you're lifting the chest, the rib cage up to meet the bar. Pressing with the elbows, lowering, keeping the tension on the press is going to be okay. It's the same with the deadlift. It's the same thing with the row. It's the same thing with
Hope you enjoyed the video brought to you by Old School Labs. Use my discount code DRASIN12 on the link below at oldschoollabs.com. Hey everyone, now you can have the Gold's Gym logo drawn by me, the artist Rick Drasin, personalized and made out to you and signed by me to frame and put on your gym wall or wherever you see fit to do so. It's a piece of bodybuilding history. It will never be duplicated again. It's the largest selling icon t-shirt logo in the world, and I'm the guy that drew it, and I will draw it for you. Just go to my website, rickdrasin.com, and order there. You can pay through PayPal, and it'll be sent out right away. And be sure to watch Rick's Corner for all the videos on bodybuilding, nutrition, fitness, pro wrestling, and anything that suits your interest as far as getting physically fit and being the best you can be from the golden era of bodybuilding.
He's the equalizer, baby. See you next time.